Today we're going to talk about the skeletal system, and the goal of this video is to describe some of the basic structures and functions of the skeletal system and features of long bones. Let's start with the functions of the skeletal system. The first is that it provides support. It bears the weight of your body. The second is that it provides protection. It encases your essential organs. For example, the rib cage protects the heart and lungs from injury. The third is that it provides storage. It stores minerals to be released into your bloodstream, and it stores fat in yellow bone marrow. The fourth is that it's responsible for manufacturing red and white blood cells from red bone marrow. This process is called hematopoiesis. I'll say that one more time. Hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis. The fifth is that it aids in movement. Your joints provide movement for bones. Okay, now let's talk about some of the basic structures of the skeletal system. So obviously, the skeletal system is made up of bones, and bones are a solid matrix of living cells and fibers surrounded by calcium deposits. Bones are classified by their shape, and in this image, you see 5 different basic shapes. So there are flat bones, like the scapula. There are long bones, like the femur. Short bones, like the wrist. Sesamoid bones, like the patella. Now, sesamoid bones are small, round bones that are embedded within a muscle or tendon, whose purpose is to reinforce or decrease stress on that muscle or tendon. And then last, you have irregular bones. So they're irregularly shaped. An example of this would be a vertebrae. So, what are the anatomical features of a long bone? I want to say a bit more about long bones in particular before wrapping up this video. So, long bones have 2 basic regions. The diaphysis is the shaft, it's the long part of the bone. And then the epiphysis are the ends of the bone. Between the diaphysis and the epiphysis is a thin layer of internal cartilage called the epiphyseal plate, often called the growth plate. And the ends of the epiphyses are covered with an external layer of cartilage called articular cartilage. And this is important because it provides smooth movement of joints and it cushions from shock. So there's the diaphysis, the long shaft part. The end is the epiphysis. Between the two, you have the epiphyseal plate. Again, that's called the growth plate. And then there at the end, you have the articular cartilage. Now, in the diaphysis of the long bone, you have a cavity. It's called the medullary cavity. And that cavity is filled with red bone marrow. Specifically, it's filled with red bone marrow in young people. But as you age, the red bone marrow is replaced with fatty yellow bone marrow. And it's within the red bone marrow that new blood cells are produced. And again, this process is called hematopoiesis. So to sum up, the skeletal system provides many functions for the body. Bones are classified by shape and have a specific structure with bone marrow in the center of the diaphysis and articular cartilage at the ends surrounding the epiphyses.